Hey y'all, what is up? It's been a minute since we've done a vlog, and we're just gonna go ahead and do 2024 Pro Rodeo Barrel Racing recap vlog because I didn't get to do a whole lot this year.
It's important to go pro on top of that helmet. Delane Hughes.
Some ups, but a lot of downs this year. So, not feeling that great for 2024. Recap, back in January, went to West Monroe. I did not feel great about the race, and I feel like that's part of the reason why we kind of just chilled, I guess, after that. Something didn't quite feel right with Fox. It was nothing that she did. It was more of how I was feeling during the run. Stuff kind of fell off. And what I mean, like, stuff kind of fell off, like, I felt like I was the one, like, I couldn't control my body. It felt like she was trying to take extra steps around her turns because maybe I was shifting too much. It didn't feel like us racing, in a sense. Like, I felt like I was losing my balance a lot during the run. I was nervous, all kinds of things. So after that, we just kind of pumped the brakes a lot and just worked on other things throughout this year. Then fast forward to November, we went to the cancer run. Foxy did amazing. We went in there. I wasn't expecting to do much of anything. Like, I had been working with her for about a month and a half. We were practicing just about every single day, and I just wanted to go in and make a run. Just wanted to have a run, get the feel of things, because I felt like if I did not get back in the arena, then I would just keep postponing it. With West Monroe, we ended up like 28th, I think, overall out of like 36. Like I said, I didn't feel great about the run. Stuff fell off. And then fast forward to November, with her being off, I just wanted to go through and breeze through like the barrel pattern and see where we were sitting at, and we ended up 0.06 seconds from winning the 5D buckle. So she stuck with the crowd. Granted, it was slower than what she usually runs, because the same race last November, I think, was actually 2 days, and she had actually ran a 2D time. But also you have to think of, like, she was running constantly last year. Like, we ran at, I think, 12 different arenas last year. I think we probably ran 18 different races. So for her to go from 18 races to 2, and to go from running a 2D time to a year later running just shy of a 5D time, with having 10 months off, just about 9 months off, I can't complain. But this video is so super short, bittersweet. So we're gonna address some things with the new year. A couple of questions have been asked throughout the year of what's the plan with Foxy? What's the plan with Seze? She hasn't been entered yet. Pro rodeoing, where do I plan to pro rodeo for next year? Do I plan to go out of state more? Because I do have some of y'all that have asked me if I'm going in certain cities of the certain states where they do have pro rodeos. Unfortunately, for 2025, we're not gonna pro rodeo. As of right now, I have not repurchased my permit, and it is December 26th. So, does that mean that I can't get my permit later? No. I mean, I can renew my permit later on in the season if I wanted to. It's just gonna have an additional charge for a late fee. So as of right now, I didn't feel the need to spend over $300 on a permit, especially right now because I don't have a job. Foxy's just now coming back. Seze, I plan to focus more on Seze in 2025. So, could I renew my permit for 2025 and go to some of the later rodeos? Potentially. It is a thought. Because a lot of these rodeos that are coming up in January, February, they're Louisiana rodeos. So it was on my mind of like, these are the closest rodeos that are going to be to me. But also you have to understand that when you're coming into the beginning of the WPRA season, it is really cutthroat. It is very much cutthroat. So after sitting back and kind of watching the season, like I went through the whole 2024 season. I ran at West Monroe. I stopped. But in the background, behind the scenes, I kept up with all the rodeo stats, what times we're winning it, what times we're getting the last place checks, all the Louisiana rodeos in the beginning of the year, you have to be a 0.3 or faster. 0.3 seconds. It is that cutthroat. We have girls coming over from Texas. It is, they're looking to get their checks and to qualify to Fort Worth, Houston, Austin, San Antonio. All the major rodeos are in the beginning of the year. And a lot of these, you have to be top like 20, 25. And I think some are top 30 for the WPRA current season. So some of these girls are trying to make qualifications. I still have a permit. I am not looking to make that qualification just yet. So I feel like it would be an injustice for me. It'd be an injustice for Foxy for me to spend that kind of money to renew another permit when we're not ready. And just to wait. Just kind of see what's going on. Now, when I say that there is a potential that we could renew our permit later on in the year, there are some summer rodeos that I've noticed that she could place at. She very well could place at because she's only been like one whole second and a half off the fastest times. And some of the rodeos later on in the year, she would have a higher possibility to placing. So it's a thought in my mind of if we get her back into shape where she's comfortable, where she's feeling confident in herself, where we're getting back in the swing of things and she's placing those 2D times again, that she could hit the road again for the pro rodeo circuit. But also coming into 2025, I have also decided of going back to school. And what I mean by that is doing cosmetology school. It has kind of been one of those things that I've always thought about since I graduated high school, couldn't afford it, kept pushing it back. One of those things that just like, I'll worry about it later. It just kept on getting pushed. So now we are coming up with a plan for me to start cosmetology school either by the end of 2025 or beginning of 2026. We've decided to do that just because me moving out of my parents' house, saving some money back up, we have some other financial things that we want to get taken care of. That also includes buying a new tractor. So there's a lot of financial stuff that is going to be coming up. So pro rodeo is definitely getting pushed back for right now. Now, my plan is to enter a local season that is a couple months long and to see about getting Seze going. So by the time that I get done with school and by the time that we're comfortable with maybe going to fill my WPRA permit and getting stuff going with Pro Rodeo again, Seze should already be running barrels, hitting the times that she needs to be for us to be able to achieve those goals in the future. So this year, y'all are probably not going to see a lot of Foxy and more of Seze, just because Foxy, she's already done the thing, if that makes sense. Like, she's already done Pro Rodeo. She's already done won checks. She's done like the bigger barrel races. I want her to be able to just kind of chill and let Seze take the driver's side for a second. And for her to go ahead and get experienced, and for her to get comfortable with hauling and get her confidence built up in these pins so that she's ready to go Pro Rodeo when the time comes. And Foxy will tag along. I'm sure I'm going to run both of them at some of these local races. The goal for this year is to qualify for BBR finals, if that makes sense. Because a lot of these barrel races that we're going to be going to are BBR approved. Like, probably majority of these that I have planned on the schedule for this year are going to be BBR approved. With me running 2 horses, I feel like we should be good on points. Only time will tell of like how consistent the girls are with their placing, what the points look like, what shows that we go to, how many shows we go to this year. So it's a lot. But that's the goal, is to qualify to BBR finals for 2026 and to get Seze going. Don't think that we're not going to have any kind of barrel racing stuff for next year. It's not going to be to the extent that it was in 2023, but it's also not going to just be like 2024. You're going to see me bring a young horse into the barrel racing world again. We watched Foxy do this back in like 2021, either 21 or 22. And you can go back and see those videos as well. But now we're doing Foxy's baby. I'm so excited for this because we haven't done this since Foxy. And when Foxy did it, she was 3, 4. Like, she pro rodeoed as a 5-year-old. So now we have Seze coming in, and she's just starting as a 5-year-old. So she's actually going to be 6 next year. So she's a little late to the game, but for a good reason. My plans with her from the start were different than Foxy. But I really do hope that in the long run I can be able to run both of these mares. And I really hope that Seze does take to the barrels as well as Foxy has, because Foxy loves running barrels. She loves it. She's ready to go. She looks at me sometimes like, because I've been using her for Seze with her trailer training here lately, and Foxy just like looks at me like, when are we leaving? Can we go do the thing right now? Like, can we go run? So Foxy wants to get back to barrel racing. Seze needs to start getting into the swing of things. If you guys have any questions, have any kind of video ideas that you want to see, go ahead and comment them down below. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little recap, plans for the future kind of vlog. And I hope that you guys subscribe to the channel and join us on this journey, because this has been a couple of years in the making, and I hated that 2024 was just 2 rodeos, like a rodeo and a barrel race. But life happens and things change, and you can't quite do the things that you want to all the time. I think that 2025 is going to be a good year for us, and I cannot wait for y'all to join us for the ride. And I will see y'all in the new year. Bye, guys.